Hey YouTube, this is Matthew, and I've been reading this article, which I'm reading again because it's a stupid article, but apparently Netflix, Netflix, if you guys don't know what Netflix is, it's online streaming service. You pay a monthly fee and you can watch off of Netflix, whatever shows or movies that they have available at that time. It's pretty popular. It's going downhill now because pretty much now almost just about every company has their own streaming service. So it's a little going downhill, but it's still pretty popular. But moving on towards the article, I was reading that um, Netflix is making a bold claim and a bold prediction that both the Xbox One and PS4 will support 4K streaming by the end of this year or fall of this year earliest. Now that's a bold claim, a very bold prediction as well, because right now 4K is pretty much right now only a handful of people are using 4K, and the hardware required to run 4K, um, it's pretty expensive right now. First of all, you need a 4K TV or 4K monitor. Those are pricey. Right now, people that are using 4K right now are using it on thousands of dollars plus PCs, like runs around $2,000 to $3,000. Um, and their internet speed is just super fast. So there's a lot of factors to factor in. And right now, in my opinion, I think if Sony and Microsoft both just focus on 4K right now, that's like a serious issue. That's gonna really kill the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One if Sony and Microsoft just push 4K. Because if they start pushing 4K, then a lot of gamers are going to think that their games are going to run on 4K. And that's not true. The PlayStation 4 and Xbox One cannot handle games in 4K. They already established that. Sony and Microsoft already established that they cannot make games run on 4K, which is completely realistic, considering that their hardware right now at this moment can barely run games on 1080. Imagine if they try pushing for 4K with their current hardware. Now, streaming videos, that's another story. I was looking at their hardware specs, and they can. I mean, if they really push it, I mean, it's possible. Not likely, not highly likely now or in the next 1 or 2 years, but it's possible that actually they could run at least videos in 4K in the next few years. That's plausible, just not right now, and not, in my opinion, a year or two later, but more years. It is possible for them to run videos at 4K, but that shouldn't be their focus, because right now the PlayStation 4 is dominating, but it's slow. Fans are slowly losing their interest. Even diehard Sony fans are losing interest in the PS4 right now, and Xbox is struggling right now because Xbox is moving in another direction with their product lines. Right now, they're promoting Windows 10. They're promoting DirectX 12, which is supposed to give them better performance, better video quality, and thus help the Xbox One reach better graphical quality in their games and better stability, as well as Microsoft is promoting cross-play between Windows 10 products and the Xbox One, and just a whole bunch of other features which they should be focusing on. Sony right now should also focus more on bringing in more content, better content, and more features to the PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 right now is very closed. It's very closed. It's not really open. So they should focus more on that. 4K right now is pretty much should be the last thing on their mind. For Sony, yeah, it's a little better considering they have other products, they have TVs, stuff like that. But it should be the last thing on their minds. Hardly anybody, I mean, if I say 5 to 10%, that's a lot. I think that's a lot. People have 4K capable devices as well as internet speeds fast enough to handle 4K. So, um, and considering how much bandwidth that's going to use, the internet service providers are going to probably jack up their prices seriously, like seriously, just higher their prices because if people start streaming in 4K, 4K uses a lot of bandwidth, so there's going to be higher traffics, so the ISPs are just going to jack up the prices too. And those are the same, and right now I think it's more of a Netflix thing because Netflix are losing subscribers. So I think it's just them trying to push so that way that they can keep themselves up afloat and competing with the cable companies as well with the other services. I don't really think it's a Microsoft issue or Sony issue whatsoever. So for Netflix to even push that on Microsoft and Sony is just absurd. They're just trying to keep themselves afloat. So I don't think Microsoft and Sony should buy into that. They should focus on their own thing. Microsoft should focus more on their features because Microsoft has a lot of games. The Xbox One has games. Not a lot of games, but they have more games than PS4. But Microsoft should really focus on their console, bringing in more features, better stability. Sony should focus more on bringing in more features and more content because their console is a little more closed circuit. Because 4K is pretty much just it shouldn't be on their minds. Netflix shouldn't even be pushing 4K right now because 4K is not affordable, and it's not, in my opinion, it's not gonna be affordable for the next 5 years, maybe. In my opinion, so it's really pretty much pointless right now. I will link down the article for you guys to read it yourselves, because it's absurd that Netflix is even pushing this on Sony and Microsoft. So I really hope Sony and Microsoft does not fall for it, and they continue to do what they're doing and focus more on their consoles and making their consoles better, and not listening to Netflix and Netflix babble of just trying to keep afloat. So hope you guys like the video. It's a little informative. So, hope you guys like it. And as always, comment below, like, dislike, and have an awesome day.